When we are dealing with money and other people, we must be ultra clear, particularly if you own your own business and especially if you have a service based business. We are going to talk about money in regards to charging for your services. And then this is where it all went sideways. The next message I got was a message saying, by the way, as part of my podcast restructuring, I am actually now charging guests to join me on the podcast. At this point, we've been talking back and forth for a few weeks, and at no point was there any mention of this being a paid spot. I'm like, all right, well, if that's the case, then we need more information. I'm going to need some metrics. I'm going to need to understand what's the reach, what's the right. There's all these different things because now it's a different kind of business decision. What I found very fascinating was apparently I asked for information that this host was not willing to give because the response was a very interesting response that was very much like, I feel like you haven't integrated your work and I just don't think this is a good fit. It was fascinating. But here's what I want to point out. At no point in our conversation was there a mention of this being a paid option. To then find out after there was already an agreement in place to sit down together to have this conversation, a date was picked, a time was picked. It was merely just booking the actual interview. To then come back with, by the way, this is a paid spot, it's this much. And then when asked for numbers in order to inform a business decision, there was tremendous pushback. Now, I've seen this happen before with other business owners as well. One of the fastest ways to completely destroy a relationship with a client, with a potential client, with a friend, not being upfront about money by not having a clear conversation. You are setting yourself and your client up for failure. And the funny thing about money is that it's very emotional.